I already failed. The one thing I told myself I wanted to do was every birthday I had to kind of put out a just solo podcast, solo speaking head episode. And this was going to be a big year for me because it's the year that I hit another decade of turning 30. But that was in March, and we are now in August. So it's been a handful of things. Some of it has been just genuinely me being very busy, but also another sense of me just kind of, I guess, being creatively burnt out in certain ways and just trying to spin too many plates. I use that analogy a lot, but burn the wick at both ends. And another sense too, just flat out, I just didn't feel like doing it. And this is stuff that if I don't feel like doing something, especially something I genuinely want to do, I don't want to fake anything or seem to be just not honest with myself. So it just, I just couldn't really do it. So I guess with that being said, this is the last episode of Create to Connect, my podcast series I did. And it all started with the curiosity and the real belief of, I believe that everyone is creative if they allow themselves to be. And there's two things I hold close to my life is creativity and connection. And I always point that and funnel that to my passion, which is music. When those three things have really gave me direction in life and purpose. And I'm not saying that I'm going to be stopping conversations. I don't know. There's personal goals and challenges that I have for myself because there's certain things in life that no one's going to really tell you what to do. You really got to do it for yourself in order to kind of grow and succeed. So there's a handful of things that I always like to do and want to do. And I kind of have I don't really think of the best speaker, so that's why I want to kind of put myself in front of the camera and a consistent pattern, podcasting and getting guests, and then even solo episodes or whatever this format was kind of getting to the back burner. And not only getting to the back burner, it wasn't really putting out, it was supposed to be something fun, and then just slowly didn't become something fun for me, at least. But I don't think that's going to be the end of me having recorded conversations with people. So instead of having a sit down production, even though my approach was trying to be low key, it might be shown in different ways. And I don't know. I really have an yearning for I still have this deep passion of creativity and connection with people. But as I guess I grow older and get more into my passions and my careers, it kind of, the direction shifts and changes a little bit. There's this balance between my realistic expectation and my personal passions that I'm still trying to find a sweet spot with, because there's so much I want to do in my life and so much I am blessed to be able to do, but it sometimes leaves certain things. At the end of the day, if I'm able to kind of take a step back and look, did I do this one thing to the best of my ability? Did I do this one thing to my fullest potential? No, because I was too busy doing 1,000 things all half-ass. It's a hard thing to grasp and to pivot a little bit, but it's something I've been trying to work on a little bit more, of taking passions and priorities and almost organizing it and trying to really get a control over, I guess, my creative ADD, ADHD. I don't know if it's like a struggle to focus or learning how to prioritize. A long-winded answer. It's kind of why the last episode of Create to Connect was nearly a year ago, but I've been able to kind of interview and sit down with over 18 people in all different fields and aspects for this, but I feel like this was just the catalyst for something more. But going back to my personal goal, or my thing I would like to do, is just kind of have a reflection, I guess, of every birthday season, or maybe once a year. If it lands my birthday, cool. If it doesn't, like it is now, whatever. But man, from 29 to now I'm 30. Lots happened. I'm not gonna lie, when people were like, "Oh, you're turning 30," and it's I don't know if it's the meme of turning unk or if it's just a hard pill to swallow, but I don't know if it's the maturity of realizing certain things, or if it's just kind of, again, like I said earlier, of just learning how to prioritize certain passions and what I want to do and what I need to do. But I think it's something special and sweet when I get to celebrate this milestone with someone who is the most important person in my life and who's my other half, my wife, who turned 30 in June. We were able to kind of made it our honeymoon the year we turned 30, and celebrating half of our life together. We took this trip to Italy and Switzerland, and it was incredible. That was a couple months ago. A lot has happened in my career that I am proud of. Like one being, there's volume 4 of the Palm Beach book that is out in Barnes & Noble, Amazon. It's done really well. There's a couple new chapters that I'm very proud of. There is a lot that has happened in my personal life, but also there's a lot that has happened in my professional life when turning 30. And the reality of being a creative and kind of coming to grips with creative burnout and what that really understands it looks like, because I know I could be stubborn, but I feel like having a sense of stubbornness does fuel you to go forward more and to kind of be efficient and get things done. But if you're just kind of doing the same thing and getting the same results, I think that is the definition of insanity. Just wanting to do everything and realizing that you can't is also a really hard pill to swallow. There's so many things that I want to do, and I always try to give myself a calendar year to do it. It's sometimes I'm able to kind of do it, but other times I'm able to I look back and I'm like, did I do that to the best of my ability? Or if I'm even proud to showcase that. It is always a personal goal of mine to put something original out from the audio side of what I do and the visual side of what I do. I am a photographer, a videographer, and also I am a musician, singer-songwriter. Learning how to manage your energy and your focus when doing these projects and in your personal life is something that, I don't know why, turning 30, as much as it is a meme of becoming this age and unk, it just kind of really hit me a certain way. I don't also know if it's just the climate of media, of what's happened with long form content, short form content, as much of overstimulation as you can kind of see and get through just swiping on your phone, and some want to do the other way. Then there's influences that pop up. To me, sometimes it becomes more of a distraction and takes me away from my purpose, which I know my purpose is those 3 things that points to my passion: creativity and connection, pointing it to music. I think it's cool when creatives, artists have these projects going, but it's something that I've learned that you can't really push something 100% at all times, because you will burn out of gas. That stubbornness, that discipline and motivation that you're able to kind of use to move forward with, it is very difficult sometimes, because relying on that so much can only take you so far. And sometimes you can either get hurt. I know that's a very big stretch in an analogy, but sometimes you can get hurt physically and mentally, or you can hurt people around you. The only thing I can compare it to is another thing I started doing jujitsu, and I've learned very quickly that strength and instinct can only take you so far compared to someone who knows very much what they're doing and how to do it. Hence why taking a step back from the passion project of doing this podcast format, I feel like taking a step back has been the right way. And I'm very much the type of person that can't just be like, okay, I'm just not going to post anymore. I feel this is where I kind of feel it's a little more natural for me, and also for me to kind of look back and see from my own timeline of how I do things, and the small audience of people, the small group that does support what I do and have supported what I do. I recognize that and I really appreciate it. So this is more for that as well. And if you're just stumble across this video and you're watching, it's appreciated too. So I feel like I have to not only kind of explain, but show in a sense too what the rhyme and reasons for what I do. It gives me a little bit more of a clear conscience and direction to kind of keep moving forward with other things. The last few years, my old business, nothing negative, served solely as a creative company, was doing white label work for marketing agencies. And as of this year, I work now solely with a marketing team. We've been doing so many great projects. It's a business called Lithium, the Lithium Agency, where creativity meets results. If it's not a concept of creating fun ads or doing direct e-commerce marketing, we are think tanking so many different ideas, and it's been a real nice blessing to work with a team and people that are very like-minded and very differently minded, if that's even a nice proper phrase to say, but people that think alike but also have ideas and independence of their own, able to come together to make and create something beautiful. It's been a blessing, and as a person that identifies as a creative and an artist, it's been very refreshing and reassuring, and I feel like I'm also learning something every single day. So in my professional career as a marketer, it's been something that has helped scale my own personal growth and growth in business. The band, The Connection, Jacob Tacos and The Connection, we've been working tirelessly on this album. It is a 12-song album called Sweet Brews and Heavy Grooves. The first 6 is more of like what you would listen to when you're having a morning coffee, like having a sweet brew. It is that a folky acoustic singer-songwriter type mentality, type vibe, type feel. The last 6, I'm a sucker for some sweet grooves, man. Some pocket feel stuff, some stuff that jams, some stuff that rocks. So Sweet Brews and Heavy Grooves. I can't explain how grateful I am to still be working with some musicians and relationships I've been working with since I was in high school and early college, and we have an incredible music community. I'm surrounded by insane talent, and it's something that we've been working on for a long time, and it's in the recording process now. And if all works out and if all works in our favor, it will be out by the end of this year or early 2026. We've been doing a few live band shows, and we got another one coming up at the Barkback Benefit. Another project that I'm doing, it's actually, I think, right behind me right now. My trip with my wife to Europe. I've been really obsessed with the YouTube side of photography, particularly those like 2-hour long form uncut style of just photography and B-roll that you can just kind of put on the background and just look and just sit back and enjoy. Something like with Pierre, something with William Verbeek, Theo Crawford, and there's so much more. But when I went to Europe and took all these photos, besides kind of capturing a very special moment in my life with my wife, I wanted to put a body of work together and have that live on its own. I took everything from film, and also what was new about this year was I've been shooting solely on Sony cameras since the first year of my career. I did shoot with a Canon, and then I jumped ship to Sony real quick, but I bought a Fuji. I bought a Fuji X Pro 2. I wanted something new. I wanted something different. I wanted a Leica but couldn't afford it. I reached out to a very talented photographer that I have a lot of respect for, and I was asking him a few questions along with some other people, and he consulted me in the right way. Shout out to CJ, man, the influencer himself. Insane amount of talent. But besides that, there is a long form video that's about to be out. I put a lot of work into it, a month every day of just finding these photos. I took all the B-roll I took on this trip was just on my phone, on the raw log, iPhone log or whatever it's called. And I picked the right music to kind of be put into place. And yeah, so that's one big project that I was working on that I really enjoyed doing, and I think I'm gonna do more of those. Personally, it's one of those things where I'm putting something out that I am proud of. I'm putting a body of work out and something creative I can look back on years later and be like, that's where I was and here I am now. With that being said, do I think I'm creative? The question I ask everybody at the end of the podcast, Creates Connect, the podcast that is ending with this episode. And yeah, I do think I'm creative. It's been something I kind of I wouldn't say wrestled with, but I would definitely say bounce back and forth in my head with, where I know I view things differently than most people. I know my approach is unorthodox in certain ways. That's why I kind of have a different relationship with school and the education system. But it took me a while to realize that that's okay. Some people don't like this book, but I enjoyed this book very much so, which Rick Rubin, The Creative Act, The Way of Being, which was almost like a way of saying, hey, it's okay to think this way. Hey, it's okay. There's no right or wrong answer here. Whatever you are proud of, whatever you think of. But do I think I'm creative? Yeah, I think I am creative, and I think I'll remain creative for as long as I can be. If you came this far along this yapping video, drop a taco emoji. That's it. Just put a taco emoji in the comment. That's gonna say it all. But more importantly, if you are actually watching this to the end, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And I'm gonna be putting more of my creative body of work on YouTube. I'm not trying to chase any sort of thing. It's just stuff that I'm proud of. There's everything from the music side of what I do and the audio side of the world, and then there's everything from the visual side of what I want to do. There's a photo book that I've been working on for years too, and waiting for the right moment and the right amount of personal funds to set aside to stack that up. Everything that we're doing with the Lithium team here in the office, actually. There's going to be a side of original content coming out and rolling out very soon. But what we're doing for our business and our clients at the moment, it's been not only fun and great, but being able to appreciate the team that I'm working around and learning from each and every one has been incredible as well. But again, with all that being said, thank you so much. Hopefully, maybe once a year, I'll still do these annual videos. But yeah, my birthday was in March and it's August now. Trying to think, how can I end this?